What's going on, traders? Yeah, I just want to get on here and share the trading day with you. We got New York open here. Or already kind of got in on this trade. I'd kind of tell you why. I was kind of fucking with it as I was trying to get the stream going, and it just pretty much hit like a nice setup for me, and so I wanted to take action. And then as I did, then next thing you know, we're in the trade. So. I got the PA account with two micros, and I got the eval I've been working on with Apex. I have a discount code in the description. I think they're doing 70% off at the moment. I'm not sure. You guys got to check their website, but pretty much what happened is on the open, price went up to this 78.6 fib level, which with my back testing is profitable for longs, like not all the time, but enough that I have a algorithm that puts buys in at that position and sells at 50, and that's calculated on like the weekly, a 5-day period of high and low. And so we'll kind of see what this thing's going to do. Nasdaq's been pretty squirrely here the past, I don't know, since Trump took office. The tariffs, in hindsight, were pretty volatile and fun to trade if you're shorting the market. The problem, with stuff like that is it takes a minute to realize that things have shifted, and not keep trying to buy the dip, so to speak. Let me check these levels, make sure everything sounds okay. I've been trying to have this music going to try to get something kind of ambient or whatever, so it's not like obnoxious, but like past couple streams, like it was barely audible. I'm trying to drown out the sound of my computer fan as I'm doing these streams. Like my computer sounds like it's getting ready to take off like a freaking helicopter or something. I got all these trading programs going and everything, so. So you can see we're up at the moment 130 ticks from this pullback. There's a strategy a guy was talking about that I kind of want to take a look at once I get off stream to maybe make an algorithm on. Had to do with the 5-minute New York open candle, and the idea of the strategy was, and he had like a paper, they did a bunch of back testing on it and everything. Basically that the candle close on the 5-minute, which was this one, a lot of times will determine the direction of the intraday movement. This candle might be an exception because it's kind of a doji almost. It didn't really say what to do in the case of a doji, but they said, if it closes bearish, then it's best to short for the day. If it closes bullish, it's best to long for the day. And that's just on the first 5 minutes of New York Open candle. Something like that's a really easy idea to program into an algorithm and backtest and just see how it does. And so if we look at this fib, after it busts through the 76.4, really sky's the limit. That's a big move upwards, hoping to catch a lot of that move. So I have a lot of confidence at the moment in just holding this. a little lighter on the evals. I was doing or 10 micros on Nasdaq on a 50K is pretty aggressive. I was just trying to pass the eval in a day, and now I'm kind of paying the price for that. I'm checking these like I said, I got a Ninja Trader is a basically algorithm system, and so is Darwin X. This Quantower Apex account is the only one I'm trading, just manually or whatever. Kind of getting weak up here at the top. We did get a new high. I think I'm still going to hold up. On top of a Bollinger Band. A lot of times in New York session, when it's bullish or trending strong, it'll ride the Bollinger Band like a support and resistance. That's kind of a big fuck you wick on that guy. Just wiped out anybody that's riding that stop loss too close. A lot of times you'll see those big moves down like that and it'll skyrocket up. It's 9:51. Still got a lot of morning left here for this thing to do something. I'm only holding it like this just because the strategy that I back tested, once it gets to this level, yeah, that's what I do most of the weekend, really, is back test and make different algorithms. I heard of another guy talking about an idea for an algorithm based on the full moon and like the new moon. And so what was it? It was like buy on full moons, sell on no, it was buy on full moons, sell on new moons. I might be reversing that logic, but it was pretty much kind of an easy idea to make an algorithm to, you know, because you can correlate exactly when those moon dates are, and then reverse engineer them to back test and everything. Yeah, I've heard people being like really into astrology and everything. If you ever go down the gematria rabbit hole, I mean that's a whole fucking mind bender. You know, for thinking that we're in a simulation. There's a lot of quote unquote coincidences. I don't know why, but like Nasdaq around 10 o'clock has been getting kind of squirrely, like right on the dot. You know, it's like yesterday it had a big move down. Sometimes it has a big move up. I don't like what this is doing. I should have held on to it, but it's starting to act kind of squirrely right here. Get back into it. I lost trust in it there for a second. That was fear. And that was the fear talking. I haven't seen a big trending day in a while. It feels like, one of those ones where it's just like, big moves up, big moves up. It's been so fucking choppy. I've been trading with bigger stop loss, like 150 ticks. What is that divided by 4? I don't know how many points that is. If it's 160 ticks, it'd be 40 tick or 40 points. Just going bigger, and holding longer. It's so frustrating if you're trying to trade New York Open and it's just does one of those like it did earlier here and then just wipes you out. But now skyrockets up like it's doing. Now, once it breaches that fib level, hopefully we're off to the races. But today would be an instance where that 5 o'clock or 5 minute candle open doesn't seem to be like it's true or part of that. Every strategy has losing days, but that candle in particular is kind of indecisive for me, at least. A large wick then closing bearish. 2 minutes until the 10 o'clock hour here. We did have a little bit of a breakout here. You know, trading for me over these past like 2 weeks at least, maybe 3, I haven't really been getting those big home runs. I desperately been like wanting one. I've just been getting these little 25-point base hits. That's why I'm going only two micros or minis. I always get that confused, micros versus minis. I think micros is like 50 cents a tick, where minis is $5 a tick. We'll see what happens. And see that 10 o'clock, look at that. Did it again. 10 o'clock, huge order. Yesterday it was at a 10 o'clock move like that down. What is that? Almost 100 ticks here in 30 seconds. And that breached the fib level with that. You know, they say, like, you know, the bigger players are on the bigger time scale, so that's why I have a fib based on a 5-day, 5-period high and low. But I don't think that had any connection with that 10 o'clock candle that just had that kind of, I don't say powerful. I mean, it was just like it's just been doing that for a while now. Noticing things like that is how people catch these little edges, you know what I mean? These little weird bursts of just pattern movements. The PA is almost back on track here from getting a little carried away yesterday. I didn't get too carried away. I think I was only down like $750 on the eval. I made close to 300 on the PA. And here people, oh, why aren't you showing the rhythmic or whatever? And the reason is I'm using the rhythmic connection for Top Step and for these algorithms. And if I log out of it and show, I just don't want to show my account numbers and shit. You guys can keep track of it if you want to audit me or whatever. And now that it's breached that that level, hopefully it breaks to this new high. Normally does. It normally does shit like that, but at least test this high. Pretty obvious, moving upwardly. My back test, I've tested trying to catch tops and bottoms, you know, thinking, oh, you know, it's just moved up, you know, however many points this was. Let's measure. It moved up 500 ticks since that bottom. It's bound to reverse, you know, or it's bound to come back 200 points or whatever. I've also done mean reversion and VWAP reversion. Some of them are profitable, but generally the contrarian trend following continuation strategies have been more profitable in my testing. You know, that's not to say that, you know, somebody else can't devise a better system to capitalize on those mean reversions and shit. I've just seen it enough times in my data that I don't even want to try to do that anymore. You know, if it's showing that it's moving in an upwardly direction, don't try to catch a top. In my opinion, at least. You can do whatever the hell you want. This isn't financial advice. And that to me looks bullish as can be. But you can see on the 5-minute it's right in the upper Bollinger Band. It looks like it's testing these highs again. Get stopped out, or we're going to survive it here. That was very close. Looks like we lived to trade another day. No, 30 seconds left on this. One minute and 5 minute candle series here. That was a nice little pullback for anybody that happened to just catch that. So many little opportunities in the market. There's almost like unlimited amounts of opportunities in the market if you like really kind of study it long enough. The problem is I wouldn't say it's not random. If for one, it's adversarial. It's not random. It's like designed to take people's money. Mostly gamblers' money. You know, it's like if you ever go to my website, profitsmasher.com, I have a big like a blog thing where I go into a lot of detail about that, you know, where it's just like the triadic market perspective. You know, a lot of traders look at it as bulls and bears, but it's really not bulls and bears. It's algorithms, it's strategy, traders, and gamblers. Each archetype has its own tendencies. It's kind of related to like just the natural world where you have carnivores, herbivores, and omnivores. You know, so like gamblers normally will FOMO in at the tops of the range, oversize, chase price. Yeah, so that is one of the reasons you'll see like a lot of predatory behavior in the market, because algorithms and strategists a lot of times profit from gambler retarded moves. That was so close to getting stopped out though. That's crazy. Checking how this other trade's going here. Yeah, it's tempting to want to get in on that Ninja Trader account on this pullback. But I'm trying to just let the stats be what they are for the algorithms, just so I can ideally just create better algorithms for one, but then for two, it's always nice when you wake up in the morning and like you've made money while you're sleeping. I sell the algorithms too on profitsmasher.com, that indicators and other little custom things I've been kind of making. Like the algorithms on MetaTrader, basically using that MetaTrader account to trade futures on DarwinX, which I like the idea and business model behind DarwinX, where it's just like if you can demonstrate that you can trade well, really have a lot of opportunity to trade bigger and bigger capital. It's like a kind of a signal account or whatever. But I'm trying to use the algorithms on that so like the drawdown's real clean and the equity curve's real stable. Hopefully the music is kind of an appropriate level today. Not too loud, not too quiet. Looks like we held through that pullback like a champ there. So close to getting stopped out. That's the kind of shit that is either feels like a relief, because I fought the urge to pull that stop loss below that low. But through the back testing, I realized how important the risk management is to long-term staying profitable. And if you move like the stop loss just a little bit, your edge might be only like 56% of the time you're getting winners. But if you're fucking with that risk management, the profitability can be strikingly different. And if you're doing a 150 tick stop double, a 2 to 1 R, you might not get 50% win rate or whatever. Yeah, the idea of like getting like 80% win rate all the time. Good luck. I know some people claim that they get that, but maybe you can get it if your stop loss is like 5 times bigger than your take profit. I don't fuck with any strategy like that though. NinjaTrader lets you optimize and backtest a lot, and like sometimes it'll spit out really profitable systems, but they have like a 3 times bigger stop loss than the take profit, and it's just like, fuck that. hoping this cooks here. His TP. I wanna test those back test ideas with the 5-minute close and the moon phase buy and sell algorithm. I'm curious to see how those perform. I used to like have a phase in my trading journey here, or I just like love to just be in the market and be in a trade and just be so excited, you know, for, I don't know, the trading experience for whatever the day. Now I'm just like, I don't say over it, but it's just like I've been abused by the market so many times that it's almost like lost its I don't know, lost its I'm gonna say happiness or whatever, but I just, you know, it's like fighting. It's like, yeah, you can enjoy fighting, but you know, you get your ass kicked so many fucking times where it's just like, yeah, I'm just doing it, yeah, it's doing what it does. And you know, there was like it's like Sunday Open. There was like a time on Sunday Open I just like almost couldn't keep away from the market, just being open on Sunday. Now it's just like I just want to get in and out and just be done. Not a very big day so far here. We got kind of that move earlier. Now it's meandering here, kind of going sideways. Still riding that Bollinger Band on the 5-minute. But nothing just like, you know, nothing like a big... Nothing big. But, you know, it's been... I don't know... doing the same kind of squirrely behavior where it's just like it'll catch these like random candles where it just like it'll be consolidating, and then all of a sudden move, you know, 200 ticks in like a minute, and then it'll drop off, and then it'll consolidate, and to me it just shows a lot of indecision. In 5 minutes, still riding the upper Bollinger Band. For those that aren't aware how this Bollinger Band works, it's like it's 2 deviations from this 50-period moving average. Is what a Bollinger Band kind of is. A lot of times it's kind of like an indicator of you know, a lot of times, you know, it'll breach that band and then it'll mean revert eventually, but like just kind of consolidating, it seems like. $15-minute is still be right back. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. We had a freaking snake in the house. That was exciting. So you have 1, 2, 3 attempts to go higher. Yeah, I am not really a fan of snakes. That was a decently sized one too. I don't know why that's not activating. It's 10:30. We've crossed the fib level of the 78.6. But we're kind of just moving sideways at the moment. Yeah, that was intense with that snake. I ended up grabbing it by the tail. I think it was a gardener snake. They're not poisonous. I live in Indiana. We don't really have a lot of venomous snakes. Not like Florida or anything like that, but like sometimes you hear stories of like water moccasins and rattlesnakes. I've seen a snake on water before. I don't know if that was a water moccasin, but I have seen one of those when I was fishing once. I think a lot of sideways movement is just like consolidating for the moving averages to catch up. And each time that moves, the moving average gets closer. Yeah, trading like this is a little bit, I guess, more boring, but I kind of like that, you know, anymore. A little boring and only really getting into a handful of trades. There's a nice engulfing candle. Yeah, there was a time I would just get into everything. the trick is, sometimes you can get into these rhythms where you can just like, you almost feel like you're just like, you know what the market's doing. That's especially true when algorithms are dominant, because they provide a logic to this imbalance to balance cycles. So there is like a logic to it. But if you have a bunch of gamblers and a bunch of greed and fear, these imbalances can last longer than the algorithms can. A lot of the algorithms are mean reverting. Not all of them, but like a lot of the logic is easier to track when it's like mean reverting or trend following. It doesn't really matter, but it's like there's kind of a logic to them, which can make people think that there's like a master algorithm in control of everything. But really, it's just like a triadic cycle. You have the gamblers that push price past balance and into extreme levels. And in that, it's like if you can see that the gamblers are pushing price, you can hop on board and merge with them. But if you see there's more logic to what's going on, there's like a lot of really precise bouncing off moving averages, Bollinger bands, fib level, all the stuff that's like indicator friendly, and it's like moving with like a logic. A lot of times that's showcasing that the algos have exerted more dominance and are providing a logic to what's going on. A lot of times, people will look at the RSI to see the overbought and oversold, but the deviations of the Bollinger band it shows, if it's hitting the upper or lower Bollinger band, it's probably at an RSI of over 70 or under 30. I've never found like the RSI to be predictive algorithmically, because that's one of the ways that you can get trapped, because gamblers will buy in the oversold and overbought areas, and if they're more dominant, your algo is going to keep getting stopped out. Hopefully that was the push higher here. I'm ready to be done. That snake adventure it's got me kind of in a weird state of mind. And I got a handyman business on top of trading and everything. I got to do some estimates for a paint job. I got a lady just messaged me about fixing some drywall from hitting the walls when they're moving. That needs done like ASAP. I got another thing that needs painted, and I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. It's another reason I want to get the algorithms under control, just to basically work as I'm not here, and I can do that business and have the algorithms just do what they do. And meanwhile, I kind of like trading live like this because it keeps me centered on some level, knowing people are watching what I'm doing, even if there's hardly any evidence of that in like the chat or anything, because the chat's all fucked up and doesn't work for me for whatever reason. But on playback, people will comment and stuff, and so if I'm like going tilt or whatever, it's a lot easier for me to maintain my state of mind if I'm doing this just like this. I guess it gives accountability or whatever. I also have noticed over time, a lot of times you'll get a first drop, a bear or a bull trap or a bear trap, and then another drop. So a lot of times it's never the first drop. If you're gonna try to catch a falling knife type thing, it's not the first one. You like wait at least for the second one. Especially after a big move down, like if it was like a news event candle, where it like dropped like 300-400 points in like a matter of minutes. A lot of times that first move back up is a bear trap or a bull trap. Yesterday it consolidated all of the 10 o'clock hour too. I thought it was gonna catch a reversal yesterday and catch a short, and it dawdle around it. Like it consolidated. It had like 5 drops about to the same level, where it just went down, touched that level, didn't break it, went back up, down, I think 4 or 5 attempts, and that finally moved bullish. I was only trading with 1 micro because I was getting annoyed with the consolidation. And I didn't want to I didn't want to take a big loss or anything after I was already up like $300 something. I'm trying to like appreciate that more. Like in trading, it's really easy to become jaded and like lose track of like the value of money. Like on my Darwin X account, it's like it's up 10 grand or whatever at the moment. But that's just a signal account, so it's not like real in the sense that it's like I'm actually up that at the moment, but someday. But you just see these big numbers, and it's easy to be like, oh, it's up, $200 something. That's the eval account, but up 80. For my handyman business, that'd be like an hour and something for worth of work. Uh-oh, are we getting a breakout? Hopefully. I'm gonna catch this breakout and be done. I'm going a little heavy on the eval. It looks like it's getting ready to break out. I'm just gonna stay where I'm at on the PA account though, just because I kind of told myself I'm not gonna go higher than that 2 micro limit until I either get a payout or pretty much till I get a payout. Looks like we're creeping up. Yeah, I think on the PA we made 100 and something already on it. So if it hits TP, it'd be like close to $500 for the day. Let's see, looks like a little 15-minute pullback. Holding this fib level as support now. We'll see what it does. Let's see if we hit these 300 tick take profits. It was 300 divided by 4. Is it 75? I'm going to do the math on my phone here. $300 divided by 4. Yeah, 75. Essentially a 75 point take profit. Yeah, there was a time where I would try to compound all these little moves and just get fucking just ripped. Almost said graped, but like I don't think that's bad for YouTube to say that, but. Five minutes is looking super bullish. So is the 15. Got 20 something seconds left of this 5 minute. Looks like when the gamblers are piling on and catch that big breakout. I think a lot of the market moves from people just moving stop losses, not realizing it, because you'll see a move up and then immediately back down, and I think instead of people shorting it, I think it's from people moving their stop losses to break even or whatever, and then they get stopped out, and then it goes in the opposite way. I think a lot of the market movement is based on people's ignorances of stop losses and how they affect price. Because a lot of times people in trading especially are more concerned with the stop loss. Like they'll have a stop loss, but then they won't have a take profit. So the market could be imbalanced by stop losses more than take profits. I don't know how you would test that theory, but you see it a lot on the 1 minute where it's like you'll get a move up, right back down to like kind of a stop loss placement, or if I noticed it too, if I'm oversized and I'm like fucking just trying to gamble a little bit, and it's just like, oh, you catch a 30 tick move up, then you move to break even right away, and then it just straight back down and then bounces back up. You'll see that a lot though when price is like doing what it's doing. You see that quick pullback. Oh, a nice move up. We're close to our take profit. Hopefully that. See how you had that quick move up and then that quick retracement back down. I don't think that's necessarily people stopping that. You might have like the high frequency trading algorithms doing some of that. But I think a lot of that is people just going, oh, it moved up, let's lock in that profit, and then it just, there's an imbalance then of stop losses, which are really just buy orders and sell orders. There's really not a difference, but like I think that's what kind of triggers some of those quick little retracements back. That's just a theory, but we can see 15 minutes clearly breach that 71 or 78, whatever fib level, and moving upwardly. And you have people possibly cashing out too early right now, dialing the price. I'm thinking about cashing out, but oh, good thing we didn't. We got 5-minute candles about to close. We're back to above the Bollinger Band, which is kind of a signal that we're into a hysteria. Right before 11, good time to be in a stampede. Looks like it just bounced off the Bollinger Band on the 5-minute. Almost brought this apex back up into profit, or our starting spot, 50K. Kind of looks like squeeze out the gamblers that FOMO'd in, over leveraged. Quick little retracement back down to sweat them out. I don't know why a lot of traders think it's like wrong to like talk like that. Like everybody's the same. It's like no, not really. You know, it's like you got to be making your money from somebody who better than degenerate gamblers that are, you know, kind of have it coming to them. If you don't realize the market is designed to take degenerate gamblers' money, then you're kind of being naive. It's like being in Vegas. It's like the casino thrives on these fucking retards doing dumb shit over and over again. If you don't like that, if that stings, then stop identifying as a gambler. I'm just looking at the MetaTrader. We're climbing the wick of the previous 1 hour or 4 hour. Yeah, I wish I could talk to you guys in the chat, but it just doesn't want to work for whatever reason. Big movement up in the Bollinger Band. About to hit our TP on our PA account. I'm pretty much off to the races at the moment. O'clock. I'm gonna get 20 more ticks, 16 more ticks, 11 more ticks. Yep. So we hit TP on the eval and PA account, $300. I'm just gonna close all these. I'm gonna flatten everything. Flatten. With that being said, I'm gonna close that guy. And with that being said, I think I'm going to bounce. So thanks everybody for liking, sharing, subscribing. We got the Apex eval up to 444. Nice synchronistic number there. And with that being said, I'm going to bounce. So thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, all the social networking things. And until tomorrow, God bless.